Canelo versus Khan. A closer. Look at the fight, the fallout, and Golovkin's dilemma. There's been a lot of outrage lately from Gennady Golovkin's fan base, but honestly, some of that frustration seems misdirected. From what I understand, Golovkin and his team could have forced the issue with the WBC and demanded Canelo face him next. But instead, they opted to allow Canelo a voluntary defense, likely under the assumption or hope that it would help secure a bigger payday and a showdown later this year. Whether or not that fight actually materializes is anyone's guess. Personally, I'm skeptical, but it's important to recognize that Golovkin's team did, willingly or not, allow this situation to unfold. Now that Amir Khan has been selected as Canelo's opponent, the outrage feels misplaced. This was never really about Khan versus Golovkin. Canelo was always going to take a voluntary defense. It just so happens that Khan got the nod. Now, looking at the matchup itself, on paper at least, Khan possesses some interesting tools that could pose problems for Canelo. He's got fast hands, fast feet, a solid jab, and at times he can dominate from the outside with his speed and movement. We've seen it before. But the issue with Khan has always been about discipline and focus. He rarely sustains that kind of performance over an entire fight, especially against elite-level competition. If you want an example of a focused, disciplined Amir Khan, look no further than his fight with Paulie Malignaggi. That night, he was sharp, committed to a game plan, and executed beautifully. Another example is the Andriy Kotelnik fight, where Khan showed good composure. But after that, things changed. Starting with the Marcos Maidana fight and beyond, even in victories, Khan often strayed from what made him successful. He had good outings against Zab Judah, and even in the controversial loss to Lamont Peterson, I personally had Khan winning. That won by 2 points, despite the questionable point deductions, but the consistent focus hasn't really been there, and that's the problem he faces against Canelo. Now let's talk about the size issue. Canelo is the reigning middleweight champion, yet he's never actually fought at the full middleweight limit of 160 pounds. This has become a sticking point, particularly regarding a potential bout with Golovkin. Once again, this fight with Khan is set at 155 pounds. No surprise there. But what makes this matchup a bit comical is that Khan, a guy who hasn't accomplished anything major at 147, let alone 154, is now challenging for the lineal middleweight title. Khan's last notable fights were wins over Devin Alexander and Chris Algieri. Neither performance was particularly dominant. In fact, Algieri, who isn't known as a puncher, managed to rock Khan multiple times in their fight. That doesn't bode well when you're stepping in with someone like Canelo, who, while not known as a one-punch KO artist, is a physically strong, powerful fighter. By far the strongest Khan has ever faced. If Khan is to have any shot, he has to stay laser-focused, fight behind his jab, use short, quick combinations, and avoid those long multi-punch exchanges that leave him open. But I just don't see him staying that disciplined for long enough. Eventually, Canelo's pressure and strength are going to break through. And when that happens, I don't think Khan will be able to withstand it. Financially, though, this was a genius move by Golden Boy Promotions. The fight will generate buzz. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it does even better commercially than Canelo versus Cotto, despite the storied Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalry. Khan is a polarizing figure. He speaks English, he's brash, he sells fights. Love him or hate him, he draws attention, and that will translate into buys. As for my prediction, I'll save an official pick for closer to fight night, but I expect Canelo to win, and likely before the halfway point of the bout. And then there's Golovkin. He's now left to face mandatory challenger Dominic Wade. For now, GGG just has to keep beating middleweights and hope a bigger opportunity comes. I don't believe Canelo is afraid of Golovkin per se. I just think there's more money in not fighting him, at least for now. The truth is, Golovkin needs Canelo more than Canelo needs Golovkin. I don't like catchweights, and I think this fight has a predetermined outcome. But stylistically, it's still intriguing. And hey, it's the fight we've got. Canelo versus Khan. Let's see what happens. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to subscribe for more. Until next time, stay sharp, stay tuned, and keep your hands up.